Right now, somewhere in a forest in Africa, a lion is doing something strange. It froze. It heard something. Not a gunshot. Not an explosion. Not another predator. Just a voice. A human voice. And that lion, one of the most dangerous animals on earth, turned around and walked away. This is not a metaphor. This is not an exaggeration. This is what happens every single time. And by the end of this video, you will never see yourself the same way again. Let's talk about what you actually are. Because most people think of humans as the soft ones. No claws, no fangs, no armor, no venom. Just a fragile bag of bones that somehow ended up at the top of the food chain. That picture is wrong. Completely wrong. And the animals figured it out long before you did. In 2023, Dr. Liana Zanet at Western University conducted an extraordinary experiment in Greater Kruger National Park in South Africa. They set up hidden speakers across the wilderness and played different sounds to see how wildlife would react. They played lion roars. They played dogs barking. They played gunshots. And then they played something else. Human conversation. Just two people talking. Normally. About nothing important. The results were not what anyone expected. Animals fled from human voices. More than lion roars. More than dogs. More than gunshots. Elephants ran. Leopards disappeared. Giraffes sprinted. Hippos submerged. The sound of two humans having a casual conversation was the most terrifying thing in the African wilderness. More terrifying than the apex predator that has ruled that landscape for millions of years. Somewhere right now a hippo is having a panic attack because two people said, "How was your weekend?" If videos like this make you see yourself differently, subscribe right now. 2 seconds means everything. But why? Why would evolution program every animal on Earth to be more afraid of you than of a lion? The answer goes back 2 million years. And it starts with something no other predator on Earth has ever been able to do. Persistence hunting. Here's how it worked. An ancient human spots a prey animal. An antelope. A deer. A wildebeest. They don't sprint after it. They can't. The animal is faster. Much faster. So instead, they walk. They track. They follow. For hours. In the heat of the midday sun. When every other predator is resting in the shade. Ancient humans kept moving. Because here's what makes humans physically extraordinary. We are the only land animal on Earth built for long-distance running in heat. We sweat. Almost every other animal pants to cool down. Panting requires stopping. Sweating allows continuous movement. Your body is literally engineered to run other animals to death. Professor Daniel Lieberman at Harvard called it the perfect killing machine. Not because we're fast. Because we never stop. In a 2004 study published in Nature, Lieberman documented how ancient human anatomy evolved specifically for endurance. The nuchal ligament stabilizing the head while running. The long Achilles tendon storing elastic energy. The wide shoulders allowing arm swing for balance. The ability to breathe independently of stride. Every single one of these features is unique to humans among primates. And every single one of them makes you better at one specific thing. Chasing something until it collapses. But running prey to death was only half the equation. The other half changed everything. Because ancient humans didn't just run prey to death. They threw things at it from distances no other animal could manage. In 2013, Neil Roach at Harvard published research showing that the human shoulder is essentially a biological slingshot. When you cock your arm to throw, your shoulder stores elastic energy like a spring and releases it in the fastest motion the human body makes. A trained human can throw a projectile at over 145 kilometers per hour. A chimpanzee, our closest relative, for times stronger than us pound for pound, can throw at approximately 32 kilometers per hour. You throw 4 times faster than an animal that is 4 times stronger than you. Somewhere a chimpanzee is reading this and feeling very confused about its life choices. That combination, endurance that never stops, plus projectiles from a safe distance, made ancient humans the most effective killing machine in the history of life on Earth. And here's the number that proves it. In 2015, Chris Darramont at the University of Victoria published a study in Science magazine. He compared human hunting rates to every other predator on Earth. The finding was staggering. Humans kill adult prey at up to 14 times the rate of any other predator. 14 times. Not double, not triple, 14. Every time a lion makes a kill, it is working 14 times harder than you would. You are lazily, effortlessly, almost accidentally, the most dangerous thing that has ever lived. And here's what makes that number even more insane. Every other predator on Earth targets the young, the weak, the sick, the ones that can't fight back. Lions take the stragglers. Wolves pick off the injured. Humans? We specifically hunted the largest, the strongest, the most dangerous adults. Not because we had to, because we could. That's not survival behavior. That's dominance behavior. And no other animal on Earth has ever done it at scale. But here's what makes humans truly unique. It's not the running. It's not the throwing. It's something that no other predator has ever developed in the history of life on Earth. Cooperation. Real cooperation. Michael Tomasello at the Max Planck Institute spent decades studying this. He identified something he calls shared intentionality. Every other predator hunts in what Tomasello calls I mode. I want food. I will chase it. I will eat it. Humans hunt in we mode. We want food. You go left. I go right. He waits at the river. We meet back here. No other animal on Earth can do this. Not lions. Not wolves. Not chimpanzees. The ability to coordinate a plan with strangers, to assign roles, to execute a strategy together, is uniquely and completely human. And it made us unstoppable. The evidence of what this combination produced is written in the fossil record. When humans arrived in Australia approximately 65,000 years ago, 90% of the continent's large animal species went extinct within a few thousand years. When humans crossed into the Americas approximately 15,000 years ago, 75% of large mammal species disappeared within centuries. Mammoths, mastodons, giant sloths, saber-toothed cats, gone. Not from climate change, not from disease, from us. A 2014 study in the Proceedings of the Royal Society found that extinction severity tracked human arrival with extraordinary precision. Africa, where animals evolved alongside humans and learned to fear them gradually, lost the fewest species. Australia and the Americas, where animals had never encountered humans before, lost the most. Here's the uncomfortable part. Every animal that went extinct when humans arrived died confused. They had never seen anything like us before. They didn't run. They just stood there, curious. And that was the last thing they ever were. The animals that survived were the ones that learned what we were. The ones that didn't get a second chance to learn. So the next time you feel small, the next time you feel fragile, the next time you look at a lion or a shark or a bear and feel afraid, remember this. They figured out what you are long before you did. That lion that walked away from a human voice wasn't being cautious. It was remembering. 2 million years of memory, stored in its biology, telling it the same thing every time. Don't. Just don't. Because you are not the soft one. You never were. You are the animal that ran the mammoth to death in the midday sun. The animal that threw a spear faster than a chimpanzee can blink. The animal that showed up on a new continent and within centuries rewrote the entire food chain. You are the most effective predator in the history of life on Earth. And every animal that shares this planet with you already knows it. If this changed how you see yourself, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because somewhere out there is a person who feels small today, who feels fragile, who forgot what they actually are. And now you know what to tell them. Subscribe if you want to keep remembering things like this. We find one forgotten truth every week. Drop a comment below. Did you already know? Or did this just change everything?